football in the East Bay, and the NFL has once again returned to Oakland, California. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Raiders of Oakland.
Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Well, now how about this return? And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Nets to the air. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on 3rd. They had more guys than they could block. A beautiful fake.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
The Raiders at 1-10 now on the year. Yeah, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. Miller. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there, because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thornton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Raiders, first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now he'll try to run with this. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was taken down behind the line.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Broncos' 9-yard line.
Back to throw. Miller. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and veteran receiver Cortland Sutton getting set for their next drive. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked second in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, it's Nix. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. To throw. Here's Nix. Now he'll tuck. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Miller. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come in.
Hard and we've got ourselves a ball game. And those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Broncos first down. A gain of 14. And the Broncos first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now it's Nix.
And this one is incomplete.
Here's second and 10.
Incomplete. Darian Porter on the coverage.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Now he's going to step up and run.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
It's a gain of 20. And the Broncos first down. It's a gain of 20.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. To throw is Nix.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Throwing Nix. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Nix. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
A 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Miller. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Miller. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
A gain of 61 yards. And the Raiders first down.
Looking to throw. Miller.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. It is week 13. Things starting to get a little nervy in some circles. The home stretch starting to creep closer. Let's go to the highlights. Our look around the NFL starts now. It begins at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots at home to take on the Jets in the AFC East. And this is the Patriots wideout. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. This will be a 70-yard touchdown catch. From there, it's on to Cincinnati, checking in on the Bengals as they host the Baltimore Ravens. And it's Lamar Jackson. He had a heck of a game. This, one of 2 touchdown passes. He also ran for a score. The Ravens run their winning streak to 5 straight as they get another W. Lastly, let's head to Buffalo. The Bills hosting the New York Giants. And it's James Cook. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. The Bills continue to roll. It's been 2 months since their last loss. This win today makes it 8 straight victories. With that, we take a look at the rest of what's going on here in week number 13. Meanwhile, in our game, neither offense has been able to distinguish themselves. It's been the defenses that have stood tall so far. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
With the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
3rd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That's taken on the 25. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
Off play action. Miller. Now he'll tuck this and run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Oakland, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Big strides. Look at him go. And he'll take this down the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That's caught. Jack Bech with it. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Miller. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a one-touchdown game. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And a lane slow and materializing there as they get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Nix. Got a man open. It's Sutton. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
2nd and 14. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Denver's offense now set to go. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A stoppage here for an injury, and not what you want to see. J.K. Dobbins in a little bit of pain after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. This is 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Nix. Under a heavy rush and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Miller. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play out.
And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So the Broncos now down 10-6, 2:23 to play. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Throwing to start the drive. Nix.
Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 and the 44.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Broncos first down. First 10 at the 44-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. And they take a knee.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So for the Raiders, it's a second win now as they move to 2-10 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Denver, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.